Oh, hi. I thought some of you could do with a debrief after the April Fool's video. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that made more of a splash than I was expecting. I've been really sick today. You might have seen there was quite a few hours where I wasn't responding. I was so sick. Um, in fact, it was like 12 hours or something, I believe, when I wasn't responding. Um, which is unfortunate because I wasn't able to answer questions. But I did hope that my explanation in the description would have helped. But if anyone didn't see that, I thought I would just go through that. So basically, this whole idea was based off of those crazy things that our brains think about when we are struggling with symptoms and there's no solutions to it. And my friends are quite used to me saying these crazy things out loud when they just come into my head. For a long time, when I had my thumb chronically dislocated, I kept saying to my friend, I just wish I could dunk it into a bowl of plaster of Paris and just set it into a big block, almost like a cast, but like into a big block of plaster of Paris because then at least it could be held in place. And I would say these crazy things. Um, and then some of the things I'd say were just really comical, and I thought actually this would be quite funny for an April Fool's video. Um, so yeah, that was the whole idea, and it's also about finding humour in situations. Like some of these things, they're so funny to think about because it would be such a crazy and dramatic and overall not that effective solution, and I don't know, I just find it quite funny to think about. Um, I did want to The main thing I wanted to clarify in this video was that there are a few comments I made which were completely out of character and for me was very obvious that I was acting. The first one, which no one really said anything about, was when I said, please give me your comments on the name change, and then I went on to say, oh, but I would be offended by your comments. I would never normally, in my everyday life, ask for advice and then say straight afterwards, oh, but I will be offended by whatever advice you give. Like, that's so ridiculous to me, and that's just not anything I would ever say. And then the other thing was when I was explaining about the word pronunciation, that was, of course, just a joke as well. I did get one comment of this saying it was patronising, and rightly so. Like, I was acting for that. And that was just like a play on a language joke, I guess, because I did linguistics. A lot of people actually do behave and act like that, but I don't, which is why it was in the April Fool's video and why I've never spoken like that before. I'm filming this in TikTok so that I can have the filter, but it's filming in 3 minute chunks. That's why it got cut off. Yeah, I'm trying to think what else I can say. So the solutions I was coming up with in the video, none of those are actually going to happen. I'm not getting the tattoos. I'm not doing the name change. I can't remember what else there was. The butt lift. I'm not doing that either. I was essentially making fun of myself for having such crazy ideas come into my head. And when the ideas come into my head, they're never something that I'm genuinely considering. It just comes into my head and I just think to myself, like, that's such a crazy idea. Like, why would I think of that? But in some cases, like with my hand, when I was thinking of the plaster of Paris, I think it is just the brain, like, being at desperation point. I'm so self-conscious of the bedhead. But like it's been seriously bad today. Yeah, seriously bad today with being unwell. I'm just thinking of other messages that I got. So another one was a couple of people said they thought something happened to me, but the thing is, there's no one that has my YouTube login details, and if something like really bad did happen to me, I wouldn't be able. There's no one to let you know. So if something like really bad did happen, which God forbid, hopefully it doesn't, there's no one to let you know. And this is something I've thought about before, but like if something really bad happened to me, it's not like I've got a mum who can just log on and let you guys know with a goodbye video or something. Like I don't, there's nothing in place for that. So if you see a video from me, you can know that it's me and that I'm okay because I'm posting a video. But yeah, I don't really know what to say about that situation. But if something like really bad happened, I don't know how you'd all be updated because there's no one to do it. But yeah, the main point of this video was just to say that like the jokey things that I joked about aren't actually happening, as I know there was confusion about that. But also it wasn't just the things I was joking about, like the whole tone of voice and everything was supposed to be very different to how I actually am. And so I just wanted to clarify that. I think that's the thing that I was like, I didn't want anyone to think like that tone of voice is how I actually am, because I feel that is very harsh and, as one person said, patronising, and I wouldn't normally be like that. So I did just want to say like the whole thing was a joke essentially.